This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's Return to the Planet of the Apes, brought to us by DePatie-Freleng and 20th Century Fox. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, the Big D to you. This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is on yet another underrated animated series based on a movie. It's Return to the Planet of the Apes, based on the Planet of the Apes film series and its sequels. Now, unlike the film along with its sequels and the live-action television series, which aired the previous year, which involved a primitive ape civilization, this series depicted a technologically advanced society, complete with automobiles, film, and television. As such, it more closely resembled both the original novel and early concepts for the first film, which were changed due to budgetary limitations in the late 1960s. The show originally premiered on NBC in September of 1975. It's also the second Planet of the Apes series not to have Roddy McDowall involved. Anyway, this was among the last Planet of the Apes projects for several years, following a number of comic books from Marvel Comics and a series of audio adventures from Peter Pan's Power Records subsidiary, and aside from a number of comic book series published under Marvel's Malibu Comics subsidiary in the early 90s. The next project, of course, based upon the concepts of the book, would be Tim Burton's reimagining in 2001. So, after the failure of the TV live action series on CBS the previous year, NBC and Fox agreed to adapt the franchise into an animated series. And they contacted DePatie-Freleng, who were certainly no strangers to producing stuff for NBC because they aired more of stuff from that deal than the other networks. Doug Wildey, co-creator of Hanna-Barbera's Johnny Quest, took on most creative control as associate producer, storyboard director, and supervising director. Wildey had only watched the original film and Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and thus based his interpretation on them. As such, the show relied less on the themes and plot developments from the other three sequels, and instead returned to the Vietnam War and Cold War themes prominent in the first two films. The plot concerns three American astronauts, Bill Hudson, Jeff Allen, who I will tell you is going to be voiced by someone familiar. I'll get to him in a little bit for the voices, and Judy Franklin, who inadvertently journey to Earth's far future. They find the world populated by three groups: mute humans who inhabit desert caves, subterranean human underdwellers fashioned after the mutants beneath, and civilized apes who subjugate the humans. Through the show, the astronauts become increasingly involved in the planet's affairs in defending the humans against an ape invasion. The cast featured characters based on those from the previous films and TV series, including Nova, General Urko, Zira, Cornelius, and Dr. Zayas. Now, the show had 13 episodes produced and aired, but the show did not achieve particularly strong ratings, as the show came to an end in November of 75, but continued to be rerun. Now, the network considered produce a second season, which only consisted of 3 episodes to complete the story, but this never materialized, unfortunately. Yeah. After that, again, as I said, it continued in reruns until 1976, and the show later got aired in the early, close to the mid 90s on Sci-Fi's Sci-Fi Cartoon Quest. It was also shown on Star TV in Asia in the mid 90s as well. The music for the series was provided by Dean Elliott, recorded in England, and conducted by Eric Rogers. Let's see. So apparently, this series ended because we didn't get to know if the astronauts would be able to return to their own time period, just like the live action series did. However, it does otherwise offer a conclusion, but I really won't tell you that since I've only watched 3 of the 13 episodes, and the series is fine and what have you. It does chronologically fit with the rest of the franchise and borrows characters and elements from the movies, the TV series, and the original novel. General Urko is borrowed from the TV series, along with Zaius, Zira, and Cornelius. Brent, who you may remember from the not the first, the second film, but was renamed in the series as Ron Brent, and Nova from the movie series. And of course, the character Crater and the Underdwellers in the animated series are loosely based on the mutants from Beneath. So anyway, characters in the series frequently mention prominent apes noticeably named after historical human figures by appropriately inserting the word ape into their name. So anyway, yeah. Now our cast includes the voices we have Richard Blackburn and Tom Williams voicing Bill Hudson. Cornelius was voiced by Henry Corden, who would later take on the role of a certain Fred Flintstone later on. And Edwin Mills also took over the voice. Corden also did General Urko, which he did through the whole series. Philippa Harris voices Zira. Judy Franklin voices Claudette Nevins and also Nova. Jeff Allen is voiced by Austin Stoker, who recently played Mr. McDonald in Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and the only cast member of the live action movie who had played a part in this series. Zaius is voiced by Richard Blackburn as well. And that's that. There's lots of other characters as well. The series has been criticized for its poor production values. Reviewers felt that the constant reuse of backgrounds and lack of movement made the action on screen dull and slow. I sort of do agree, but I do feel like seeing some of the backgrounds kind of do remind me of some of those some of the early years of Johnny Quest and what have you in ways. But yeah, it does have a little bit of it does have a lack of movement made on it. Well, for the action and what have you on screen on the action on screen. You know what I'm saying? And the voice work has also been criticized for sometimes being unemotional and equally monotonous. Well, true, but I think the voice acting's a little fine. What have you? I mean, Henry Corden's the only voice I can remember I know of, and Austin Stoker, who I found out was from Bell. Despite these, the series was known for highly detailed backgrounds, illustrations, character designs, and camera effects due in part to veteran cartoonist Doug Wildey. While animation was poor due to the budget and time constraints, still artwork, which featured prominently in the program, was extremely detailed, with extensive shading looking more like a comic book than a television cartoon. Yes, that's true. It does kind of make you feel like you're looking at a motion comic book or something like that. For the most part, the scripts were intelligent, with detailed stories and solid internal continuity. Unlike many anime adaptations, the series managed to effectively capture the tone of the live action features, complete with the sense of alienation, wonderment, and loss. But after it aired on sci fi, the show was never seen again until 2006 when the series was released as part of the Ultimate DVD collection from Fox. And then in October, they released the complete series. Now, on the Ultimate DVD collection, only 3 episodes were restored in the disc with that. But however, on the individual release, those 3 and the remaining 10 episodes were completely restored. The individual release also included them in their intended order as opposed to their air date order as presented in the box set. The individual release also includes the option of watching the episodes with a preview of the next episode, which was not present in the box set release. Anyway, and it also had many errors and what have you, well, on the back of the DVD case. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. Anyway, now if you want to check this out, you can find the full series on YouTube. You can find the complete series on DVD as well. It still goes for a pretty reasonable price and what have you, for about maybe $20 or less. So if you are into the Planet of the Apes franchise, I'd say maybe give it a one-time watch. I think you might enjoy it. Depends if you're a Planet of the Apes fan. Let me show you just a little bit of what you can expect. And here's a look at Urko in this. Yeah, Henry Corden did a great job in voicing this character. Here's a shot of Dr. Zayas, and there's Cornelius and Zira. Here's the three astronauts. The blonde one is Bill, the African American guy is Jeff, and of course the woman is Judy. So now you know about Return to the Planet of the Apes. And as I've said, you can find the full series on YouTube, or if you are interested, you can also get the DVD set, which of course again you can get for a pretty decent price, decent and reasonable. You can find it on eBay or Amazon. I'd say Amazon still has it for a reasonable price. I can only find eBay prices. So anyway, that's gonna do for this Saturday morning TV log. What did you think of Return to the Planet of the Apes? If you've seen it, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned, we'll have another video come up soon, which it better be my Barbie review this time, I hope. Enough said. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, consider checking out some of these other videos. In the upper left-hand corner is my reviews of the Planet of the Apes film franchise, from the original to Battle. I will review the other films later on down the road. Or go to the upper, or if you'd like some more bestial characters, you can see my spoiler-free review of the film Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Or if you would like another animated series based on a film, which I also consider, which is considered underrated like this, go to the bottom left hand corner and see the Saturday Morning TV log on Fantastic Voyage from 1968. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV log is Free Willy. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.